In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Wusthof Classic to the Shun Premier utility knives. Very, very different knives. The Shun is made by hand in Japan. The Wusthof is made by hand in Germany. They're both forged, and the main differences come in terms of the actual performance and the way the knives work and what they're made out of. The Shun uses a cutting core made of VG Max, which is a very high-end steel, and it's even better than VG10, which is the gold standard. It's about a 61 hardness, which means the 15-degree angle or the 16-degree angle that they have ground this knife into is going to stay on the knife for quite some time. By contrast, the Wusthof uses their own sort of proprietary steel, 58 hardness, and even though this edge is 14 degrees, which is a bit sharper and thinner than the actual Premier, since it is a little softer of a metal, it is going to end up dulling much faster. The flip side of that coin is that since it is softer metal, you can abuse it much more. If you're the type of person who throws your knife into the sink or uses it to cut on glass or plates, the Wusthof is going to be much more forgiving. The Shun has a layer of stainless steel, more specifically 34 layers, on either side of the blade, which towards the bottom you can see gives you that beautiful Damascus pattern, and the top half is hammered. And being a Japanese knife, it has no bolster. So it doesn't have a full bolster, which means end to tip, the knife is going to be sharpened. The Wusthof is just the blade, and it is a traditional German knife, so it has a full bolster going all the way down. This portion is not sharpened, it's completely dull. And it also has a full tang, which means that especially with a thick full tang like this being a German knife, there's a lot of weight towards the back of the handle. It feels very solid in your hands. The Shun is also a full tang, but it ends up feeling much lighter and much more nimble, which if you like lighter knives, that's something you might want to think about. The Shun has a brown packwood handle, a compressed resin-filled wood that is very resistant to water damage and staining, while the Wusthof has a black plastic handle that's been triple riveted onto the tang directly. Both knives have full lifetime warranties. The Shun also comes with free lifetime sharpening, which I think is a great deal, especially if you don't want to have to pay to get your knife sharpened, which is normally about $5 an inch, or if you don't want to have to do it yourself at home. I'll put a link down to both below. Like I said, it's 100% personal preference. If you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you guys very, very soon. In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Wusthof Classic to the Shun Premier utility knives. Very, very different knives. The Shun is made by hand in Japan. The Wusthof is made by